All right, man, we back. Appreciate the love and support. Let's talk about the fantasy for the Detroit Lions. Come Sunday versus the Baltimore Ravens. Make sure you thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate everybody for supporting the channel. Let's get to it. Check out Detroit Lions on my playlist. So, fantasy today, you got some got some really good options on both sides. I think Baltimore secondary and defense ain't what it used to be. And that's huge. That they defense ain't what it used to be, and I think it gives Detroit Lions an opportunity to put up points and get yards. To hopefully get that win. A lot of people think this could be a win. A lot of people thought last week how Green Bay could have been this to win. Had they had they put everything together, had they put it all together, we'd probably be talking about the Lions in their first victory. When they make the playoffs, some people would have went that extreme, but when you look at this game, there's a few things that pop out. You're gonna get some younger linebackers playing this game, and the guy that per se ain't really had the season that he was projected to have or was expected to have. I think one of the bigger plays in this game um, is it's Mark Andrews. It's Mark Andrews, man. I don't think he really had the game that he was expected to have the first two games. So I think Mark Andrews might have a breakout game. He might have a breakout game in versus Detroit and linebackers, young linebackers, and I think already a pedestrian linebacker group. I think it might be one. He just signed a 4-year extension. I think it may be time for him to bust out and break out. So far, he had 8 catches for 77 yards. You look at last year, he had 58 catches and um, only started 2 games. Am I looking at the right guy? Yeah, he only started 2 games. Well, they saying he started 2 games last year, 58 catches, 701. And it just expected that he had a bigger season and him and Lamar had a great connection. I think they ready to bust out, man. I think he might have one of them 100+ yard games, maybe with a touchdown or two. Um, I think it's about that time for them to bust out and him to have a big game. I think for him right off the rip, that's my lock out of all both teams is him. You know, it's him. You like one player? Do you like one player from this game, or just this weekend? He's a lock. I expect him to have a big game. Always injury and knock on wood and stuff. I think he's gonna have a big game, and it seems in the middle, going down the field, outside the hashes. I think he's gonna have a big game. So Mark Andrews, Lamar always a play. Hip injury, I don't think it's that serious. He always play with his athleticism and his speed and his ability to get you touchdowns and yards on the ground and through the air. If Mark Andrews have a big game, Lamar Jackson gonna have a big game as well too. So more than likely, if you're playing DFS or you got them both on your standard fantasy, you got to play them both. You got to play them dudes both. So that's just what it is. So I think those guys are locks, man. I think fantasy football is a little bit different on how they calculate points and from reality. From reality, but reality is you might get a gang of fantasy points be picking the top 3 in the draft or not be that good. But Lamar and Andrews, I like them. My sneaky play in this, take one of the backs. My sneaky play is probably Latavius Murray or whatever damn backs they got to take the backs. They are definitely a sneaky play, but Lamar could get the volume of the carries again, but the backs, whatever the backs are, you got to take the backs. The backs. Take your pick. What back you like? It's always a carousel with them. Tyson Williams, Latavius Murray, Devontae Freeman. I don't know how much burn he be getting. So pick your pick. But I think they're gonna be dangerous when they get the receivers back and they form a rapport. You know. But I think it's gonna be interesting. I think they're gonna put up points in this game. Usually you don't equate putting up points in Baltimore, especially in the Ray Lewis days. The defense play good special teams and maybe the offense get you play down the field. But yeah, my don't play is the defense. Don't play the defense. I think the Lions, the Lions might put up points. I think it's other better defenses to play on Sunday. I think the Lions, even in garbage time, I think they're gonna put up some points, man. I think they're gonna get some yards and stuff of that nature. So honestly, I wouldn't hedge my bets on them putting up scoring a lot of. I mean, stopping the Lions. Their defense has been leaky. I mean, Derek Carr, he looked good. I mean, obviously Carr, is a really good quarterback, and Patrick Mahomes put up a lot of points a yard. So I don't expect the trend to change. I think the Lions, maybe in mop up duty or whatever you want to say, I think they're gonna put up a good amount of yards. So that's my opinion on that, man. And my two locks is Aaron Juice and Jackson. My low key pick is pick a running back, and hopefully you guess right. My fade is the defense. So I'm fading the defense, man. So in my opinion. All right. So other than that, you look at the Detroit Lions. We know their roster already. You ask me, well, who my lock, and I mean, there's a number of ways you can go here too. I like the way Jared Goff been going, but I'm really not ready to say he my lock. He's a good fantasy quarterback. I'm gonna go with T.J. Hockenson. I think no matter what the defense is or whoever is on defense, I think he a mismatch. Like I said before, he's the best tight end going in the game. So I don't think no matter who you match him with, I think he got an ability to get open, especially with the running backs being the vocal points and the flashing over the middle and outside the hash and inside the hashes. I think he's going to be a guy that's going to get a lot of attention. No matter if his attention, I think he showed you double him, you triple him, you bracket him. He's going to be a factor. And that's what happened when you got a great player. Good defense ain't good enough. You got to play great defense and double and triple team. So Hockenson is my lock, and my low key pick. My low key pick is probably going to be DeAndre Swift. I think Swift getting a little bit more healthier. I think Swift going to pick it up, and I think they're going to ride with Swift as their majority carrier or majority toucher out the backfield. And I think you might see the Lions kind of go a little bit more towards the run game come Sunday. So especially if that offensive line starting to kind of jill a little bit. So Swift is my low key pick, and my fade is obviously the defense. I'm fading the defense until they show they stop the run. Hopefully the younger linebackers come in and do a better job filling the holes, helping the defense in the back, the defensive line, the back end out, and playing better ball. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Best way to donate. Don't forget, you can make a financial donation. Cash App CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Appreciate that. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. When I advertise on the channel, request chop it up. Appreciate the love, support.